You're mad? What's wrong? Foreigner's not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's why you're mad? Yeah. Wait, it's cold as ice. You're using a Foreigner song protesting about Foreigner not being in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Oh, okay. I know you're hot blooded. I get it. All right. But let's just see what I can do. I have a friend that works for Universal Music. Let's see what we can do. I know. I've been waiting also. All right. Hi, welcome to another episode of the Mighty Code Coder. I'm Rob Fitzgerald, here to make you great and help you innovate. In this episode, we are going to learn how to code in Cloud 9. Cloud 9 is an integrated development environment, an IDE, an environment to code in the cloud. IDEs in the cloud are preferred these days because setting up an IDE that runs locally on your machine takes significant access. It makes it difficult for IT departments to keep up with the processes that are required along with providing the security of the network. So, updates and troubleshooting make local IDEs very difficult to do in an educational institution. I've used many IDEs to teach computer science: CodeWarrior, BlueJay, Greenfoot, Eclipse, Visual Studio, just to name a few. They were or are great IDEs. But updates were hard to come by, so I found a cloud solution one time called JavaWide. JavaWide was a beautiful IDE because it was online. So much so I was able to go on at home and be available for my students during homework sessions. Unbelievable, right? Then the founder of JavaWide was hired away by Google, and the platform went away. What a bummer. So basically, some of the cloud IDEs, so now there are other cloud IDEs. Some we use now: Code Sculptor, Repeal It, even Scratch and Applet are cloud-based IDEs. But now here comes Amazon with its virtual machines ready to take on the cloud IDE. Cloud 9 is just that piece. So here we go. Let's give it a try and see if it can solve a big problem for us. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and sign to the AWS console and get into Cloud 9. Okay, here's Safari. And this can be done. This is great because, once again, the kids could use their Chromebooks and they're on it. Cloud computing is the future. Let's make sure Paul stays cool. Paul, stay cool. Stay cool. All right, buddy. All right, so now I like to go through my adhesive account. This is the account that students have. I want to make sure that as they go through their student account, they can log into AWS, they get all the privileges they need. And when they get all the privileges they need, then I'm assured that what I'm trying to teach here, they can do on their machines. All right, so I got my two-way authentication. And I'm going to check my device here, make sure that I can log in. There it is. Okay. All right. So once I get into my adhesive course, I'm going to use Computer Science A. All my classes should be able to go into this, but I'll just use Computer Science A for this example. All right, and then we'll go into our AWS Educate account. My landing page is going to be my AWS Ambassador page, which is nice. They do have a students ambassador program now, so I encourage all my students to sign up for that. But let's keep going with this tutorial. And so at this point, let's go to Cloud 9 in the AWS services. Okay. So I type in Cloud9. As you can see, I have another one already working in here. So let's go ahead and delete this one because I want to start from scratch. Or we could do a new one. Let's create a new one. I'll leave that in here. And I'm going to call it My Coding IDE. Okay. Here we will code. I don't think you have to put in descriptions, but I'll do that anyway. All right. And then it asks all these configuration settings. Okay, so it's going to create a new instance for EC2 to save my files, which is awesome. It's going to connect and run the remote server also, but we're going to just go ahead and save right through EC2. Now, at the bottom of this down here, I'm going to use an Ubuntu server, but at the bottom, it talks about using a network VPC. Now, my last video, we talked about setting up a VPC, and this is the reason why. So if you haven't seen that, go back, watch that, set up your VPC, and then come back. And so this was the VPC we started, and we're going to go ahead and use this one B. And now this takes a couple moments. Once you say okay to that, it'll take a moment to generate itself. Okay, but here is my feeling about this. Okay, so my class is coded in Java, Python, and JavaScript. So you could do this all from Cloud9. Also, our Alexa skill, we built a Lambda function. It's functional programming, which is very nice. I can't wait to get more into that. But this also, you can code through Lambda. Almost every AWS service is going to come with some kind of coding piece. So isn't it great just to have your coding piece right here, right within AWS, and you don't have to go outside to repeal it or Code Sculptor. It's just all right in one piece. So it's great. And there's probably a good chance that you can make it public and accessible to other services. And again, that last video I just did on VPCs sets that up and shows you that you can make a public and a private one. So it's really fascinating to me that we have all this stuff coming together, and I think this is going to be a great solution for us. Okay, no discredit to the other ones out there; they're also great. But since we have this at our access, I think all of our projects will just be very, very easy to do if everything's in one spot. All right, so as you can see, it's still connecting. It takes a little bit to do this. That might be the downside. It's if you have to come into class and wait for it to spin for 3 to 5 minutes, you lose those periods, those minutes in class, and that's a problem. But hopefully it'll get better. I have a feeling it might be doing something a little bit. Oh, here it is. Okay, so it's finally up. All right, so yeah, Paul, I'm sorry. It took a little longer than usual, but hey, just relax. Can you be cool? Can you be cool? Yeah. All right, man. All right, so here it is, and let's go ahead and show you this, and then you'll be off and running. The most impressive thing that I like about it, and a lot of IDs have this, so don't get me wrong, but here is your terminal, and today we're going to code right from the terminal. We're going to code within Cloud9, but we're going to use a terminal to compile our code. All right, so this is our terminal, and again, there's a great tutorial on this in the TwitterBot tutorials that I put together. So watch that if you want. If you're not certain with your terminal skills yet, I'll zoom this in a little bit so we can see it. So ls means list files, so I can see what's in there. There's README, and of course, you're just seeing this file right here. Okay, this is your environment. It's my coding IDE. All right, if I go .. you'll see that I'm now. Actually, I got to change directory, / okay? So it's kind of fun to be in here. And then if I go ls, you'll see that you have other folders, environment, node, package. What happens if I click on that? It feels like it's going to open it. Let's see what it does. It doesn't do anything. For some reason, it looked like it was going to open it. So let's just change directory to environment, env, and I can just hit tab for the rest of it, and I'm in. All right, and then ls, and you'll see I'm right back where I want. Now you can go ahead and clear this so I could be back at the top so I don't lose room and don't lose views on my, you guys don't lose view on this. So if I want to, I can make directories, mkdir, make directory, and src, there's a directory, and I can make another directory, Let's call it classes. People in Java like to, I just made the wrong one. So let's make another one. dir classes, okay. All right, and then I'll clear that and I'll go back up here and you'll see I have one. Let's get rid of this one. All right, and yeah, so I have classes and SRC. Very nice. All right. So let's go ahead and show you this template part that I really like. So under file, I could come in here and go new from template and see all these files that it works with, even C++. All right. So if you move on to any other project in AWS where you need some kind of file, they have the template for you. We're going to start with this Java console application. And I'm going to be doing some tutorials for my AP Computer Science A class right here. And it's going to get them ready for the AP test. All right, so here's something that just says hello, and I'm actually gonna name this hello. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and save it, and I'll save it in my source folder, and I'll call it hello.java. Remember, the name has to be the same as the main. All right, the main class. So hello Java, hello class. Save it. All right, so now you can see in this SRC, I have that hello.java right there. All right, and now what I want to do is I want to actually compile and run that. So I could go ahead and just hit run and it would compile and run that. But let's do it like programmers do. We're going to go ahead and program our source code in our source folder, but then when we compile it, we're going to put the class in the classes, okay? All right, so let's take a look at this. So if I come in here and I first change to the source directory, actually, let's not do that. Let's just say from where I'm at, go into the source folder, run that code, and then when you get done compiling it, put it in the other classes folder. And you could simply do that with a Unix command called javac. All right, and then you could say source path. So it's going to ask for the source path. That's what's so fun about this, okay? And then you could say the source path is going to be src. You got to put that /. All right, and then you're going to say I want to run. I want to put it in a directory called classes. I had trouble with that today, okay? And the file I want to run is src hello.java. Okay, Paul's in the way there. Paul, you're a little bit in the way. Okay, so let's make sure we don't overdo it, okay? So something like that, we'll go ahead and compile it. javac is compiling. We'll show you how to run the Java class after. Hit return. Okay, looks like no, actually it didn't. Did I spell something wrong? Class, of course I did. So now let's go. I'm glad they gave me a chance to do the up arrow. If I go up arrow, it goes to my last one. I can now go back to that class file. It's classes. There it is. Okay, that should work better. And then now hit return on that. And you see it comes back when it comes back and there's nothing there. That means it worked. And so if I click in my classes folder, you should see the hello.java file. Actually, I don't see it. It didn't do it. Source path classes source hello.java. Did I call it hello.java? Yeah, there it is. All right, so source, find source, src. For some reason, it looks like it didn't compile it and put it in my source, my classes folder. All right, there's classes and a little troubleshooting on the spot here. We'll figure this out. Javac source path srcd. Now, what we can do is I want to show you this too, so I'm glad all this is happening. This is some troubleshooting that I would do. I would go javac and I'd put -help. And this gives you all those commands. Like you're looking at me going, how does he know all these commands? Well, you just do this. All right, and so I feel it's source path, not source paths. So I'm going to go through here and see if I could see what the problem is. So it has class path, and then there's source path. So I got the source path right. Let's look at the D. D is for directory, where place. Well, that's where I want to go. So let's clear this and try it again. I don't know what happened. So javac, And then let's go dash source path. And then I'm going to go src /. And then I'm going to say dash D. I want to say classes / and then I want to say get the file from source, and it's hello.java. All right, that should work. And it comes back, there's no errors, but I just see it's not put it into my classes. So that's a problem. And let's see what's going on. I really like that source path, spelling it right. Source, okay, so go to source, put it in classes, source hello.java, and hello, did I spell it right? Yeah, I spelled it right. And so these are some troubleshooting steps you're going to have to take also when you do stuff. And gosh, I don't see classes. For some reason, it does not put it in that directory. And you could see if I did run it, it would create a class. Okay, so there it is, and this is the class I'm trying to get put right in there, but I don't want to do it like that. Oh, it actually says overwrite. It actually says there's one already in there. All right, let's see that. For some reason, it wasn't putting in, that arrow wasn't showing up, and so it wasn't in there. So a little troubleshooting thing for you. They're actually in there, and that little arrow didn't let me click down to see it was in there. Interesting. All right, so it did work. Don't know the answer to that question. So now I have two. I have the class in classes, and then I have the source code in here. Now to run this, we're just going to simply go back here. We're going to clear this out. And now we're going to go to CD into classes. And now we're going to go Java, not Java C, and now hello. And it runs it, and you can see it runs the file, and it's hello from AWS 9 Cloud. Okay, so that's using the terminal to compile and run our classes, and then have your source code up here, really nice. Now, if we go ahead and did this template, and we added on there a Python file, and I basically just said print hello. Now, I know that sometimes this code, some of the code exercises are built into their adhesive, so they use Code Sculptor because that's what's on the videos. But we can actually take your Python code right into here and run stuff. And I'm using this more for the AWS project days. These are for the days that we're going to be in AWS, and you're not going to do, you're going to use Repeal It and some of those other for the lessons, but these are going to be for your actual projects because you actually want to save that. You don't want to save it up on Repeal It because you don't know if that's public or who owns that. So you want to keep your own stuff in your own virtual private cloud, and AWS is in Cloud9 is how we're going to do it. All right, so we went ahead and just print hello, and if I run that, you can see down here it runs. I can't open it because I didn't save it. So these are, again, these are problems you're going to have. So it's awesome that I'm not trying to do it, but it's great that you're seeing it. So you see troubleshooting skills. So in my source, I'm going to put hello Pi. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and run that. And let's close some of these up. And then let's run it. And you'll see down here, it just basically prints hello. Okay, pretty nice. Let's do one more. So these are from my other class that uses JavaScript. I'm not going to do JavaScript right now, but I'm going to do an HTML file so you could do your HTML right here. And it's just a scripting language. And usually you would go from one program to another, like you might go from a CodeWarrior to a Dreamweaver or a Code Sculptor to Dreamweaver, and now everything's in one spot. So here's an HTML page. And in order to actually do this, let's actually go to W3 Schools and pick up a quick web page that we can see. So I'll go W3 Schools, there they are. And this will just go into a quick little function. Like let's do one. Can we do it with the JavaScript in it? I don't see a simple one. So let's just do an HTML, and let's just do some simple formatting. I don't know. Let's do one with a table. All right, so this will create a little table right here. All right, let's see if I can grab all the HTML from it. I'm just going to do that table that's right over there. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm just going to paste it in here. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and save as, and let's call this demo HTML. We're just creating a demo. Save it, and then in order to, you don't run this one, you preview this one. All right, and it's over here now. You don't want to look at it in a browser. For some reason, it doesn't run it in the browser. I don't know how. I got to set that up, but I'm going to run the markdown. And there it is, a basic table. Okay, so all your HTML can be right here. You can be doing your Python, you can be doing your Java, and it's just it's a fun world to collaborate all your coding techniques in here. And I know a lot of you guys just have one language you're dealing with, and you're like, whoa, too many. But when I've taught, I'm teaching 3 or 4 different classes with different languages and styles and stuff, and it's great to have them all right here at my access. Okay, if you look at this AWS resources, you can see there's a Lambda. All right, so you could run your Lambda functions here or work on them here and create them here. And so it's a lot of fun, and I think Cloud9 is going to be a useful tool. Look for some of those problems that we had at the beginning, okay? And I'm glad I got to make those mistakes for you, so now you can see when you have those mistakes, there's little workarounds, okay? All right, so that'll do it for this episode. I'm glad you tuned in. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the message below. Oh, yeah. And if you for further, go to www.mightycodecoder.com, themightycodecoder.com, or see me on Twitter at mightycodecoder. All right, thanks for watching.